Greetings, 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 and salutations, one and all. Welcome, 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 welcome to the night shift. It is another brand spanking new night shift week right here on the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew, and you can view it for those of you tuning in on other means other than the broadcast that you can watch. You can tune in on kevinstew.com. Want to say big ups to each and every one tuned in right now, those tuned in from near and far. Top of the morning to you if you're tuned in from across the pond. Want to say big ups to all those who are here local in South Florida and those on the continental USA. Big ups to those tuned in on rockthebox.net and all the Rock the Box affiliates. On PEMGTV.com, and of course right here kevinstew.com, where you have the chat room. Glad to have you. Couldn't do it without you. Wouldn't even want to try. Begins off with Orlando Octave. The track is called Berlin. He doesn't have to go down the list. He's getting it. Whatever he wants, it comes from Berlin. Not Russia. Not Croatia. Not Argentina. you see him flying in from Berlin. All the bling, the new phone, the vehicle, you name it. It's coming from Berlin. I want to say good evening to guest hailing in the chat room. Glad to have you. I want to say thanks to Pulse Media Group for sponsoring this initial segment, and being in the moment is priceless. These are the people to get in touch with. Pulse Media Group. When you call them, you tell them I sent you, yeah? 754-999-6020, 754-999-6020. They can make things like this right here happen. What? Yeah, things like the show that you're watching right here on kevinstew.com. They can make it happen. Just call my name when you go to arrange it, yeah? Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, this segment is what we call our legal segment to the diaspora. And we have the man himself, the one and only, Owen K. Ferguson, Esquire, in the building. Owen, how you doing, bro?
Evening, evening to the listeners. I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. Can't complain.
Nice. Yeah, we're doing all right here. Coping with the heat, but we're doing all right.
Listen, I don't know what it is with this heat, but it's really warm, and it concerns me because the last few days we have not had rain. So when it's warm and no rain, that means a lot of rain coming, but it's coming with wind.
So true. It happens frequently like that.
Yeah, that kind of rain I can do without. But as it stands right now, isn't there a hurricane in the midst heading Jamaica way?
Well, the one I've heard about is Beryl. I'm not aware of a third system. Mm-hmm. Is there a third one out there?
Not that I've heard yet. This is the one that is heading towards Puerto Rico, isn't it?
Yeah, Beryl is threatening Puerto Rico, but Beryl has been downgraded to a tropical storm last I heard.
Okay, good.
So not as intense.
Yeah, easy yourself, Beryl. Easy. Just easy. So, Owen, what you got for us tonight?
All right, so we want to talk this evening for a few minutes about intellectual property. I want to remind the listeners exactly what that is. Mm-hmm. And generally and broadly speaking, how to go about getting protection for your intellectual property. Now, intellectual property law is one of those areas of law that, again, is very highly territorial, very much about the jurisdiction within which the protection is sought. Mm-hmm. However, very uniquely, it is one of those protections at the same time that can span multiple jurisdictions. So it's an interesting area of law. I find it very fascinating. It's something that I've spent a fair bit of time studying professionally myself. So, yeah, one of my favorite topics within the sphere of law. So the body of law we refer to as intellectual property includes a number of heads. We talk about copyright, we talk about trademarks, we talk about patents or patents, if you prefer that pronunciation. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Depending on where you live in the world.
Right, depends on tomato, and it depends on where you are and your preference. So they collectively, those all relate to, or all are captured under the umbrella of intellectual property. And as the first word in that phrase suggests, it is a production of the mind. It is an idea, but importantly, intellectual property is not protectable if it remains only an idea. It must be expressed in a permanent form. Mm-hmm. And so whether it is a trademark, whether it is a copyright, or whether it is a patent, it must be expressed in a permanent form. So if it is a written work, it must be on paper somewhere or in a digital form.
Right.
If it is a graphical work of art, work of a graphic artist, obviously that has to be committed to canvas or paper, whatever medium it is that you work in. It must be in a physical form,
It cannot be
a
digital?
permanent form. It can be digital, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, for sure. So once it is in a permanent recordable form, that's fine. But it can't be simply an idea in your head that you discuss with your friends. That's not protectable at all. So sometimes business people say, "Oh, so and so stole my idea." Well, possibly,
You
but
talk too
that's not
much.
an intellectual. It's not an intellectual property question. It may be a breach of trust question. It may be a contract question or so. But intellectual property requires that the item that you're seeking to protect must be committed to some permanent form.
But
All right.
wait, before you go on, a
Yeah.
breach of trust issue, is that something that can be taken up in court?
Yes, absolutely. If there is a trust existing between two parties and one party breaches it, and the trusts arise in many, many ways, we can get into it a little more deeply on another occasion. But commonly we find trusts arising in respect of adults versus children, adults who are in charge of the interests of a child,
Right.
who perhaps that child may be entitled to certain benefits by way of the passing of a parent, and maybe another family member is placed in control of those resources to hold it on behalf of the child, and that adult goes ahead and misuses those funds, and that would be a breach
Oh, okay.
of that relationship of trust between the adult and the child. It's one example of many.
Oh, okay. That fan is wreaking havoc in the mic.
All right, let's get rid of that. All right, how is
Thank you.
that?
Thank you. Thank you. Much better.
All right, good stuff. All right, so where we go from here now is we've talked about the broad categories and broad headings. We've mentioned that the property being protected must be in a permanent form, and that can include digital form. So it can be held in any of the various digital media. It can be on a disk, on a SD card, in the cloud, whatever permanent form it is in, it can be protected.
Okay.
Now, right. Now, how it is protected is very much dependent on the nature of the work itself. So, generally speaking, a trademark will protect a product that an entity produces. We produce a product, and it has its unique features. It can be trademarked. Copyright usually relates to a work of art, a creative work, usually in a graphic form. So you may have written a play, you may have written a song. The lyrics of the song can be copyrighted. You have written a poem, you've done a sketch, so that is copyrighted.
I know to say the lyrics of a song versus lyrics and melody. Lyrics are lyrics and
Right,
instrumentation.
right. So the musical portion of that is it can be protected as well, but it won't be protected as a copyright, but it will be protected in other ways, and I'll get into that in a little bit.
Oh,
But
okay.
if it is that it is you have designed a particular process, let's say, usually in the case of a manufacturing operation or some other business process, and you have designed something unique, a special way to create padlocks, and your padlock method is unique, or you have designed a new kind of umbrella. When the rainy season coming up, you design a new kind of umbrella that will be protected by a patent of that process, or that system that you have developed is protected or can be registered or protected by a patent. Your attorney, of course, is going to be critical to how you protect your interests in your intellectual property.
Yes.
But there are some very simple things that you can do and look out for in terms of in protecting yourself. In traditional terms, we've always talked about poor man's copyright,
Mm-hmm.
and that is where you are able to reduce your idea, your work to writing. One of the cheapest, easiest ways to do that is to mail it to yourself in an unopened envelope. And what that will do, of course, it establishes the date at which the work was created.
Right.
So if there's ever any challenge and somebody says, you know what, I wrote this song last year and you only wrote it this week,
Mm-hmm.
you can pull out your unopened envelope with the date stamp on it as evidence that you would have had this work uh, from the date on which that mail was done. So I would recommend that is perhaps the least expensive approach
Mm-hmm.
to providing and quick
And that
to
holds up
protect,
in court.
and it does hold up in court. And in fact, in many cases, doesn't even get to court because if you are able to prove it in that way, very often people back down.
As long as you
But of
remember
course,
that you're not to open that envelope.
that is to be remained. So I usually recommend people mail 10 such envelopes to themselves. So you
Ah.
may very well have up to 9 challenges, so you have enough um,
Okay.
to repel each challenge. Yeah.
Right, right.
So that's one real simple way. Almost all the other methods, I'm going to recommend that you sit with your attorney and get specific guidance about your particular intellectual property that you'd like to have protected.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just close by giving you a sense of the scope of the protection, and that is that usually you would be registering your protection in your local jurisdiction, meaning if you're in the United States, you register it in your state first of all. Your attorney, of course, would be assisting you to get that done. And then you will also get federal protection. So you'll be protected throughout the United States.
Right.
But also, your attorney, no doubt, will recommend that you register through what is called the Madrid Protocol, which gives you, so this is a protocol to which over 120 countries have signed on, and it gives persons in any of these member countries protection in all of the countries. So one registration covers all these countries, and it's most of the developing world, including Europe and a number of other countries around the world that you probably want to have your work protected in. So multiple levels of protection are available. Sit with their attorney and outline what it is you'd like to have done, and it can be done.
Okay. Can can one stay in the US or anywhere else around the world and do a copyright in Jamaica?
Yes, you can. And in fact, that is covered by one of the last things I just said. So you can have it done in Jamaica if you wish, but you can also have it done in the US and benefit from protection in Jamaica.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are those options available to you.
All right. So you don't have to go to Jamaica to secure your copyrights wherever you are. You can
Correct.
take care of it and be protected.
And if you're in Jamaica, you don't have to go to
Another country.
France and London and UK to get protection in those countries. Your attorney can take your protection all the way across the world, over 120 countries, by the steps that I recommended earlier.
And even the poor man's copyright holds up.
The poor man's copyright will hold up, but almost always it applies in your local jurisdiction. It does require a little bit more sophisticated approach to take it beyond the boundaries of your local. Certainly in Jamaica, you would not expect that it would necessarily hold up in Amsterdam, for instance. But certainly, if
Mm,
you go to the next level of protection, you
right,
will be fine.
right. Okay.
And amazingly, it is not as expensive as people might think to do it. So, have a word with their friendly neighborhood attorney.
And as you are our friendly neighborhood attorney to the diaspora right here on the night shift, just go ahead and put out your contact information once again, Owen.
Okay, sure. I can do that, and I invite your listeners to go ahead and send their queries to me. That's one option, okay?
Yep.
Then we can reach you and get it through to me,
DJKevinStew
as
at
well as,
gmail.com.
okay, as well as to my email, which is Owen K Ferguson at hotmail.com. That's
Mm-hmm.
Owen K Ferguson at hotmail.com. And my telephone number is 876 840 5862. That's 876 840 5862.
Right. I thank you, Owen.
Yes, sir. Always a pleasure.
You heal up the family for me, please, and take
Will
care
do.
until later on.
All right, brother. Good, good.
All right. Blessings, man.
Go take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, Owen K. Ferguson, our legal advisor to the diaspora. It is 26 minutes after the hour. Time to take a quick little break. And when we come back from the break, we'll be talking with our next guest, our community. Well, Owen is a guest for the community and finance bar, but we're shedding some light, giving the spotlight in the next segment to the sharpest candidate in the Palm Beach County Commission race. Sylvia Sharps will be our guest in just a few moments. So, gonna run some commercials, and when we come back, it's all about Sylvia and what Sylvia is doing. Call a friend, tell a friend, bring in a friend. We'll be right back.
Policy Media Group, innovative streaming and recording, has done it again. A new way to get your business in full view of your neighborhood consumer through AdShare TV. It's available in your neighborhood today. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. Become a host today and place a TV monitor in a strategic location so it's easy to see. Get a 1-minute video ad or longer that plays anywhere in our network. Can't be a host? No problem. For a few dollars, we'll run your 30-second video ad. A host can run announcement specials like buy one get one free or discount ads. Let's turn your flyers into a 30-second video with music or a voiceover, or let us create and run your video ad with a spokesperson. Take advantage of our early enrollment discount. Join us today. Your ad will be seen at least 30 times per day in your AdShare TV neighborhood. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. AdShare TV, part of Pulsing Media Group.
Are you crazy about the music industry? You aspire to hit it big in music? Or maybe you've sweated out a soulful killer beat and are now stuck finding it's not as easy as it looked. Oh, but it can be easy for you with JTMC. We've been there, we know how it feels, so we solve challenges like production, promotion, marketing, branding and development, and more. With over 30 years of experience, JTMC is a one-stop shop for artists. We handle your graphic design, writing services, PR, as well as event planning, e-blasts, artist management, and bookings, so also your website and social media needs as well. We're experts in using creativity to persuade audiences on behalf of artists, drawing on our diverse experience to create projects that connect with audiences intellectually and emotionally. Artist success is everything to us, and our years of experience and commitment will be behind you for every one of your needs. If you've got music for the world to hear, whether you're a new or established artist, visit us at jtmcenterprise.com.
We're off to an early start for a long hot summer, but beat the heat with a dash of lemongrass refresher. This cool thirst quencher is a low sugar beverage made from the fevergrass plant, which has antioxidants, several wellness properties, and is a great lifestyle drink for all ages. Ah, that hits the spot. It's a new great taste. Have one today. Dash Lemongrass Refresher, distributed by Carib Atlantic Distributors. Call 954-614-0919. That's 954-614-0919. Life's a dash. Live well.
The award-winning Palace Peace and Love Academic Scholarship is appealing for your support to help educate one student at a time in Jamaica and the Caribbean.
Palace awarded 492 scholarships and several computers to university and high school students in Jamaica and the Caribbean over the past 7 years, valued at approximately 33 million Jamaican dollars, $250,000 US.
Importantly, our university graduates to date include 15 medical doctors, 10 lawyers, 6 engineers, and 15 fine arts students. Our goal is to award at least 105 scholarships in 2018.
Please partner with us to make this a reality for those well-deserving, hard-working students by making a tax-deductible donation online at www.palace1.org
or send a check to Palace, P.O. Box 5461, Alpharetta, Georgia 30023 USA, or telephone 770-744-2154.
Palace, preserving young minds for posterity.
When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulsemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.
Hey, I'm representing for DJ Kevin Stew, working on the night shift. The night shift radio show won't go changing like the weather just to please the devil never. Will DJ Kevin Stew sell his soul? That's a word and honor. It's Christine representing word and honor. Selassie DJ Kevin Stew.
I mean, I say, yo, despite all of the struggles you are facing, let's always remember this. Better days are ahead, you see. Yeah, that. Even though life's rough, things tough, and times red, but don't give up. Fight the fight until the end. Cause after the rain falls, the sun will shine again. Better days ahead. Better days ahead. Me get kicked out in the streets of the teenager. I'm growing up food to eat, packing out no paper. The amount of studio me bleach, my rust area. Brand new rhythm for release, get pen to paper. 2014, grey belly get bang up, so me start to gamble. Car wash, no play money inside up. Hustle to the hustle, what you know about struggle and survival. When stress reach, me smart weed and ease the pressure. Them see that's a young. Life's rough, things tough, and times red. after the rain falls, the sun must shine again. Better days ahead. Better days ahead. No fish walk in my shoes, but them no really know. Struggles up a fight I got through, man coulda dead they know. Never you lose faith, hold up your head you know. Put in the work and life and no better rose. Give thanks my tune and play on the radio. See me on the TV, we them want me living now. For me leave for the show, wipe the tears them from my eyes. It helps to see my dog a crying. Even though life's rough, things tough, and times they
Welcome back to the show.
want to give up.
This is a GMAC Music Solutions segment.
Cause after the rain falls, the sun will shine again.
Thanks to our friends over there at GMAC,
Better days ahead.
providing you with sounding, stage equipment, lighting,
I mean, I say, regardless of how I go on, you know.
bringing your live event to life.
You don't know better days ahead. I'll just
754-307 GMAC gets you in touch with them. Call my name when you call them, yeah? 754-307-4622.
better days ahead.
The sound of Danai
No life's rough.
is telling us that better days are ahead. Even though things right now may be a little bit rough.
And after the rain falls, the sun must shine. Shine.
And some friends of mine in Palm Beach County
Better days ahead.
would like to believe that this is what is on the horizon if this lady here gets into office in Palm Beach County, running for Palm Beach Commissioner, District 2. The one and only, the most lovely, the quite charming and outspoken and let me tell you, if you have never had the opportunity to sit down with her, boy, you won't really know. But the one and only Sylvia Sharps, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you. Woo.
Hi, Kevin. Oh my God! Thank you for having me on your show tonight.
These people don't want to stop applauding. Oh, I'm to them.
Yes, I am the most innocent and sharpest candidate in the race.
How are you? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Just running this race, man. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, I hear it is. I hear it is. You're no stranger to the show. You're practically family. You've been on in an official capacity and an unofficial capacity. And tonight it's more official than unofficial. And what is it that really brings you out tonight? Because elections comes around when? November?
Well, actually, the primary is August the 28th. And because there's 3 of us running, I would have to get a high percentage of the votes in order to be placed on the November 8th ballot.
Right.
So August 28th is the drop dead date. The going out into this month in the early morning.
What's going out at the end of this month? I don't know.
Vote by mail. Vote by mail. I'm sorry.
Vote
by mail.
Okay.
Yes. And now, if you do sign up for vote by mail, I'm really encouraging people to do so. You could actually track whether or not your vote was counted online.
Oh.
Yes, you can pull up your ballot online and see whether or not it's been counted.
Nice.
You can't hear in Palm Beach County. I don't know about the other counties, but you definitely can hear in Palm Beach County. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. That is pretty cool.
Yeah. And we're really excited about that. So I'm encouraging people because of that feature, mainly because of that feature. I'm encouraging people to go ahead and sign up for vote by mail. And there are Democratic clubs that will actually come and pick up your ballots for you. They've been trained. They'll pick up your ballots for you and drop them off at the supervisor of elections office. You don't even have to buy a stamp.
Mm.
Isn't that cool?
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
those who can vote.
Mhm.
That is pretty cool. So
Mhm.
why why are you running, Sylvia?
Oh my God! Because I'm so frustrated. I got so frustrated, and the people that I counsel in the communities I work with, senior citizens, to help them get um, benefits that they need, like the alarm systems that they can wear around their neck in case something happens to them. And I go
Okay.
to the meetings and I bring back information to them
Mm-hmm.
to let them know what's going on, because they can't make it to the meetings, as well as single parents who have to work two jobs to provide for the families. I bring that information back into the neighborhoods. And so they kept asking me, "You need to run." And I'm like, "Okay, mm-mm." So I said, "Mm-mm," for a long time. But I was getting extremely frustrated. I think, no, I know that when Trump was elected, that was the straw that broke the camel back, because the popular vote went to Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
But yet and still, Trump ended up in office because of the Electoral College.
Right.
That was enough for me to seriously think about getting involved. Period. People, they are given the opportunity to vote for what they want and what they don't want, and then there's always a loophole that prevents us from getting what we voted for,
Mm.
and that's because of the people that are sitting in office, and no other reason. Period. See, things will not be as bad as they are, and we would not be regressing back to the 1960s if it were not for the actions of Trump and his administration and the lackadaisical attitude of the Congress and Senate that we have in now.
So what would you be able to do from a county commissioner's level?
Okay, to give you an example, we are in a crisis as far as affordable housing is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of the people that live in Palm Beach County are not as rich as the people that live in Jupiter, parts of Jupiter, and in Palm Beach. Most people are working one to two jobs to try and make it.
Being Palm Beach Island.
Right,
Okay.
right. So we can't afford the $1,600 to $1,800 rent. We
Right.
can't afford the $1,600 to $2,000 house note. We can't afford the $400,000 homes. But that's what's being built.
Mm.
To give you an example, the Ag Reserve was put on the ballot for vote as to whether or not the people wanted the area to be developed, and the vote was overwhelmingly no. But there are people and organizations that were able to buy some of the land in that area, and that brought developments before the commission, and they were approved for building. There are going to be 2,000 homes built in that area within the next 2 years. None of them are starting at less than $350,000
Ooh, wow.
each. Normal, everyday, ordinary people that have everyday jobs, because the jobs now just do pay minimum wage. That's another
Right.
issue. Cannot afford to make payments to pay for those houses, or even to be able to qualify to buy those homes. So there's a critical shortage of affordable housing. And everybody in the mama saying they're doing something about it, but still we have votes that are allowed for those developers to continue to do basically whatever they want. There is a loophole. They say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna build affordable housing," and then they pay the fine, which is less than 85,000. I think it's about 81. I can't remember the exact amount, but it's less than $9,000. They pay that fine, and they can build what they want. So why wouldn't they?
So wait,
That's less than the cost of a house.
they pay the fine before
And
before they're fined.
no, they pay the fine when they're fined, and then
Oh,
they still build what they want.
right.
Why can't an ordinance or a law be passed on a county level that says, if you come before us with a development, number one, the first thing you need to do is make sure that you have a traffic plan in place that includes more than cars. We need to increase the hours of the buses running. We need to work on railway transportation or alternative forms of transportation. There's too many cars on the road. I'm sorry. Enough is enough.
You know,
And
You
That's,
mentioned
that's
public transportation, and
yes.
it's very interesting. The public transportation in Palm Beach County. I used to live in Palm Beach,
Hmm.
and if you take public transportation like I did, if you weren't home by 8 o'clock,
Hmm.
best know you'll be taking a taxi.
See, and it shouldn't be like that because those people that are working two jobs, so they get off that one job at 5, they have enough time to run home,
Right.
check on their kids, so on and so forth. Another parent or someone else in the family starts to take care of the kids, and then they go to that second job.
Mm-hmm.
In Atlanta, they don't have those issues. Even in Jacksonville, the buses run longer than they do here in Palm Beach County. It doesn't make any sense. So if you got a lot of working class people, which we do have, then why
Right.
isn't there enough transportation provided for those people to be able to travel to and from their jobs and things of that nature? That's number one. That should be included in the plans of the developments. And then number two,
Mm-hmm.
I personally would love to see 1/3 of the homes built in each development dedicated to affordable housing, which means that the county on a whole, commissioners and department heads are going to have to look at the fees that we charge to developers for them to build the homes, especially with the tariffs that have been put in place by him. Because
Him.
him, because supplies for those homes are going to go up, so it's going to cost even more to build those homes. So
Right.
since he's not doing anything to help us, him, why can't we lower those fees for the developers to make sure that they can build those homes affordably so that people can afford to buy them?
Tell me this. At a commissioner's level, you
Hmm.
think you alone could make the changes that are necessary to put these things in place? You think you'd be able to have that voice, just you?
I believe that one voice that speaks intelligence can have a mighty effect on a group of people that has to come up with intelligent ways to save a county or to help the people
Mm.
if they really want to.
Right.
If you're working with like-minded people, and everybody on the commission is supposed to be there to represent the people, it has nothing to do with them personally. That's another issue. That's the third issue. Representation of the people. The problem is that a lot of the representatives are so busy getting donations from big corporations and worrying about where they're going to get money from to run again and things of that nature,
Right.
that they forget about the people that they're supposed to be representing and serving. The whole point of being a representative means that you're a servant for the people. Period. You're not God. You're not in charge. The people are. So you need to listen to them. And that's part 3. That's one of the main reasons that I'm running. Because I heard the people's cries. I heard my own
Mhm.
frustrations when I go to the meetings. And you speak to the commissioners and you know just by looking on their face that they've already made a decision, even without your input, and that you're wasting your time. And it shouldn't be like that. So yeah, I do believe that I can be that calm voice in that wind. I really do. And get people to listen and see beyond their own wants and needs. It's because it's not just about what we're doing right now. What we do now is going to have an effect on the county and the people living in the county for years to come if we do the right thing.
But the it sounds like you're willing to go in and go up against a system that seems to have been in place for ages.
I'm not scared. I may be 5 feet, legally 5'2", because that's what my insurance man said. But I'm not afraid. I've been through some things in my life. I got accused of something. I was arrested. Charges were dropped. It was expunged. My son died 4 hours after he was born because my ex-husband was abusive. I've been through some stuff,
Right.
and everybody knows that I'm a minister of the gospel. I truly believe in God. And I ain't talking about the God that Trump and them serve. I'm talking about the God that I have prayed to, that has seriously given me strength to go through the things that I went through.
Yeah.
So if I can make it through those things and still remain the optimistic individual that I am, and believe in people and the things that can be done, I truly, honestly, and truly believe that I can convince people to just sit down a minute and stop being so jump happy over seeing some money or getting kudos for doing something that's really not going to help the people.
But with the way the system is, and with the way politics, and that's pretty much how I see it. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's this game of trickery,
Mm-hmm.
and with how it is, don't you need to kind of fall into step, fall into the groove of things to keep your job?
Let me tell you something about me. The one thing that's good about being elected is you have to always watch your back. You know that. Even as an individual, when you believe in right, because that's how people accuse me of something wrong, because they knew that I stood for it. You have to expect for the people to come. There will be people that come against you, especially when they think that you're messing with their money flow
Well,
or
that's
their
exactly what you've been doing.
benefits. Right. I don't care. I'm not afraid. Let me tell you this little story. When I was a little girl, I loved Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was my favorite character. I told you about this. Wonder Woman was my favorite character. And my grandma gave me this piece of red cloth. And that was my cape. Oh my God. I was such a happy child. I run around the house, I studied my brothers and sisters. Because I was Wonder Woman. You couldn't tell me I was Wonder Woman.
Right.
So when we go to grandma's house, my great grandmother, her house, it was an old fashioned house with the trestles. They're like trestles, rather, where the plants would, go up
Yeah.
on her porch. And because I was small, I was a preemie. I only weighed 3 pounds 2 ounces when I was born. I could actually get on those and go up on the roof, the first overhang part of the roof.
Uh-oh.
And there were hedges in front of the porch. So I said, oh, this is going to be good. So I figured out if I took an old blanket, which I had a couple for me and my dog, and I laid it on the hedges, I could jump off the roof. And for just those few seconds, I was flying. Just like Wonder Woman on TV.
I believe I can
Oh,
fly.
oh yes. Oh, it was on the popping.
You just didn't believe it could land also.
But the landing was cool. It was okay. I didn't care. I got scratched up. I was hurting a little bit. But I got right back up and I did it again. And so my dad, my dad and my great grandfather were sitting in the living room because there was a big picture window in the house, in the living room.
Right.
And Dad said, he was there, Papa saw something pass by the window. What is that? He saw it again. Shoot. He's like, what the heck? He said, Sylvia! That girl jumping on the porch. She jumping on the roof. I told you something wrong with that girl. But I wanted to fly, so I figured out how I could do it. That same way, that same determination.
Yeah.
I still have that.
That's kind of
I
scary.
still have it. Yeah, it could be. It could be downright intimidating for some people.
That's kind of scary. These people are saying, "Do we want to elect this crazy woman? She thinks she can fly."
Yes, because I believe in what can be done. If you have just one champion, a voice that people can hear and they'll maybe listen to, and try some of that craziness. Try doing the right thing. You've done the wrong thing all this time, and you haven't been successful at really representing the people. Why not try the right thing for a couple of minutes and see what happens?
Our guest in the chat room said she fell with grace.
Yes. Oh, I like that. Yeah, buddy.
Numbers to
Oh
call,
my
numbers to
God.
text to get you in touch. 773-789-STEW, 773-789-7839. Give us a call. You can get to chat with Sylvia. You could ask her a question with Miss Sharps. Running for Palm Beach County Commission, which, well, I've had a commissioner on this show before. Commissioner Paula Ryan. I've had her on the show.
Oh, she's a city commissioner.
Well, right.
Yeah, for West Palm Beach.
Yes.
Now she's running for mayor now.
Is she?
Uh huh.
I need to bring her back.
Yep. Yes, you do. She declared her run. She's running. Keith James is running for mayor. Priscilla Taylor is running for mayor for West Palm Beach.
Right, because Mayor Muyo is
terming out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how does the changing of the mayor, does that affect the workings of the commission for the county any?
No. None at all. But the thing is that the county commissioners have to have a good relationship with the commissioners of each city, each municipality in the county.
Yes.
You know, it's important because the mayor and the commissioners of West Palm Beach are responsible for how that city is run and how those citizens are affected. So by having a good relationship with them, you meet with them and you work with them. They're in charge of their city, you know, but you work with them to make sure that what you do balances out with what happens in all the municipalities.
Right.
There are no big ads. You know, and that's another problem. People get egotistical and they believe that, you know, I'm sitting on the throne. No, you're not sitting on the throne. Sit down somewhere. Because everybody can be replaced. And everybody know that. And if you're wrong, you're wrong. It's just that simple. If people would just understand the power that they have with their vote. Your vote is your voice. It really is. That is such a true statement. And I know people got frustrated because of the Electoral College.
Right.
But I do believe that if enough people show up in August and November to put people in place that can get rid of the Electoral College, if we can replace that Congress, those Republicans in Congress and those Republicans in the Senate, we can get rid of the Electoral College. I really believe that. And that would take care of that problem of happening again. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's just so much that needs to be done. And then with him in there, like he made this announcement about who he's choosing for the Supreme Court. If that is allowed to happen, the court will be leaning like a broke down truck for the next 40 years. You know, and there will be some overturning of things that just don't need to happen. There's a whole lot of things that they want to do that are really not good for the country. That's the God honest truth. The just utter destruction of women's rights would be paramount. The way that people are actually trying to go back to the 50s and 60s as far as race is concerned is an issue. It's just those things alone. And then you really putting children that are 1, 2, 3, 5 years old in cages, and you think that's okay? It's mind-boggling. I don't understand. I don't understand how anybody that's in Congress work every day and have an excuse for allowing this to continue. I don't get it.
As it relates to Palm Beach, though, based on what I've seen in Palm Beach County, it seems to have this old boys club kind of a thing going on.
Well, you know, Florida is they're not, how can I say this in a diplomatic way?
Oh boy.
Florida is no stranger to discrimination practices. That's about as diplomatic as I can get.
Yes.
Let's still have KKK meetings. Stop, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I tell people this all the time. I was in Pizza Hut not that long ago when the man called me a nigga and almost knocked me over trying to get out the door. And I'm looking at him like, did he really just say that? Really? This is 2018. Is he? And I'm the one. Well, I can't even. I better not say it on the radio. But anyway,
Yeah, let's not.
yeah, that's. But it was so frustrating, and it made me so irritated because it made me remember the things that I experienced and watched my parents and my great grandparents go through.
Right.
When I was growing up. Florida. Florida. There was a picture on Facebook today of a gentleman standing on the corner in Tampa, waving a big old sign. I mean, a sign as tall and as wide as he was. It was wider than he is, but tall as he is. It said, "Homeless niggas need to go back to Africa."
What?
That's what the sign said. I can send it to you. I'll send it to you after the show.
Please do.
This is what we're going back to. And it's because Trump, I don't care what nobody say, Trump, when he had his rallies, when he was running for office, he made certain comments that encouraged those type of actions to take place again. Like when he had the gentleman thrown out and he said, "We know what we used to do. If back in the day, if it was still back then, he'd be." You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those type of things. When he said that the Charlottesville people, there was some bad people on both sides. Really? The guy drove in a crowd and killed somebody, and you want to talk about bad people on both sides? Those are the type of things that people have now accepted as a norm.
Right.
It's not a norm, but it's not norm. I swear to God, I am not going back to the 60s or 70s. It's not going to happen in my lifetime. I ain't putting up with that. It's just not going to happen.
And there's no reason why anybody should put up with anything like that.
No. You have to accept people the way they are. Don't be frightened. Don't feel like, they're trying to take your place in society because they're just as smart as you are, or because they have the same type of car you have, or same type of home that you have, or one that's better. They're human. They work just like you do. My great grandfather, when he finished school, well, if he finished the school back then was 6th grade, he went into the service. He was allowed, and he went to the Air Force, which was the Army Air Corps at the time, because it wasn't integrated; it was still segregated. And he stayed 30 years and 6 months. He re-upped every 2 years to do 30 years and 6 months. He traveled all over the world. He got called every kind of name in the book, but he did not allow that to stop him from being able to travel and see the world and have the Air Force as a career. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we are now. People are not going to allow people to take them back to that time when it was okay, to call us names and treat us like second-class citizens. That's not happening.
You mentioned things that in kind of in passing that you've been through. And as a woman, and it seems like it's only women that's been running for these seats lately. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why.
There's a major amount of women running because men think with their toenails sometimes and trying to be nice. So women are standing up and realizing that there are some men that are so interested of making them stay in the kitchen and not having a place at the table that now they've got to stand up and actually run for office in order to have a voice.
What are your plans for the commission and the county as it relates to women?
Oh my God, women should not have to argue with anybody about their right to do whatever they want to do with their bodies. And I'm a minister. I have things that I would love to see done overall, but I can't make people do what I want done. You understand what I'm saying? Right. I don't have the right to tell you what to do with your body or in your relationship or anything else of that nature. So women shouldn't have to be. Nobody has a right to tell women what they can and cannot do with their bodies. That's just absolutely ridiculous.
Mm.
The
But
county doesn't have much say on that
right.
on a county level, but at the same time, because when you're a county commissioner, you have influence, you have access to people that do have a say to that. Because I can make an appointment to meet with uh, Ted Deutsch or Senator Nelson or any of those people in Washington or in Tallahassee as a
Hmm.
commissioner. It would be harder for an average everyday citizen to make that appointment.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
So
So while we can't vote on certain things, we still have the opportunity to let them know what our citizens want.
mm,
And that's what we need to do more of. And it's building those relationships that is so important. I was a grant writer for 28 years. I had to write instruments
so you started
to
writing grants when you
convince.
were 2?
Oh, I like that. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So, so I had to convince people with a written instrument to give me millions of dollars, even though they did not know me and trust me enough to do a project that I said I was going to do.
Right.
And I was able to do that. So if I'm able to do that with a written instrument, just imagine what I'd be able to do in meeting and coming to like terms with other people that have the same like mind or can be convinced to do the right thing in representing the people. You see what I'm saying? All it takes is that one voice.
Yeah.
Look at what, and don't even, hopefully nobody won't trip and swear that I'm trying to, you know, like compare myself to anybody else. But look at the change that was made just with Martin Luther King and the people that followed him.
Right.
That when he finally stood up, and Rosa Parks and Maya Angelou and just those people. Even my great grandfather, him staying in the service for that long, other people went in just because he was still in, even though he went through what he went through. You see what I'm saying?
But at the end of the day, they would tell you that they've had some really scary run-ins
Mhm.
and some really tough times.
Mhm. But what are you gonna do? Are you gonna have some tough times trying to make a change? Or are you gonna have tough times sitting back watching it happen? If you are comfortable sitting back watching it happen, then shut up. Just don't argue. Don't
Hmm.
fuss. Don't complain. Don't say nothing to me. Leave me alone because you're not doing anything to make a difference at all. You just sit back and complaining. And if you're comfortable doing that, then be perfectly honest with you. You deserve whatever the hell happens. It's just that simple. It's just like the people that voted for him, even though he didn't get the popular vote. I wish somebody would explain that to him how that works. But anyway, the people that voted for him that are going to that are already feeling the brunt of some of the tariffs, the farmers, the insurance, because they decided not to make the payments for affordable care. You know, some of the payments are the major payments, so that's going to make the insurance premiums go up sky high. When those things start affecting folk, and when other people realize that Obamacare, which they want to get rid of, is actually affordable health care, dummies. So
Hmm.
realize that's what that is, and they realize it's really going to have a dire effect on them. Then they'll be running around like I got a friend is saying, "Oh my God, I wish I had voted for him." Well, you mean to tell me that he's done before, and as many failures as he'd had as a business owner, you still voted for him?
Mm.
And your excuse was he talks like me? See, that in itself is just an insult to yourself because if oh God,
That's
I could
true.
go on. Yeah. I was listening to a speech that he made the other day about uh music. What was it? John Lennon and the organs and who was it he was talking about? Some artist he was talking about and he said they have plenty of organs. I don't have a musical instrument, I don't have an organ. But he had plenty, but we don't need them. And he was going on and on. I read it. And I read it like
What?
5 times. Yeah, I posted this on my page because I wanted somebody to explain it to me. It was so confusing. And so I was like, and I read it like 5 times. And I was thinking to myself that maybe, realistically, maybe it's not that he's dense. Maybe he really does have an illness. And somebody need to get him some help. But then again, he won't listen. So, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the phone with me right now is the sharpest candidate in the Palm Beach County Commission race.
That's right.
Talking to Sylvia Sharps. 773-789-STEW gets you in touch. 773-789-7839 gives you the opportunity to, even though before the formal settings, you can ask Sylvia a question if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as you hear her is as you get her. She's as straight as they come. You ask a question, you get an answer. That's pretty much how it goes. It may not be the answer that you want, but you're gonna get an answer. What is on the schedule for Sylvia Sharps in this race?
Okay, well, right now, I'm still, meeting people, and we're doing a lot of forums and things like that. There's a debate forum tomorrow night at the Vista Center on JOG here in Palm Beach County. That's being hosted by the Western Communities Democratic Club. It starts at 7 o'clock. So there'll be a lot of those back to back. There's another one Saturday that's hosted by the Democratic Women's Club of Palm Beach County. It's going to be Brogues Down Under. So there's a lot of those. But right now, which is what I hadn't done before because I was so busy meeting people, is I'm trying to raise funds. Now it's time to raise the money so that I can at least do, 2 television commercials and some radio time, So I need to raise money. And so I haven't taken money from a lot of huge corporations. That's not my goal. I know that if I'm elected, I have to work with everyone. That's not going to be a problem. What I don't want to do is take money from large corporations and then when they come in to present something before the commission,
They're
feel
holding
like
that
they
over
have
your
a
head.
pen. Right. And it's not to say they would, but come on, common sense says that everybody would think so. You see what I'm saying? So I'm looking for the $5 and the $10 and the $20. Those donations and $50. And if you can give more, give more. But I would be very grateful for anyone who believed in me to even give me $1. Then I would try to represent them the best way that I possibly could.
Now, you're talking about just about anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be an organization. You don't have to be a Fortune 500 company. Just anybody.
Right. It's very similar to, what happened with Barack Obama when he was raising money. The people wanted him to represent them. So they sent the $5 and the $20 and the $10 because that's what he was trying to do, represent those people. He got corporations, of course, giving money.
Right.
But I'm trying to get people, to believe in me enough to give me those $5 and $10, $20 donations. And those $5, $10, and $20 add up really quick. You'd be surprised.
Listen, it's simple math.
Mm-hmm.
If 500 people are going to go ahead and give $5, or
Yes.
500 people give $10,
Mm-hmm.
that's $5,000.
That's
Easy.
right. Yeah. And that's enough for a television commercial, believe it or not. Or a couple of radio commercials.
I know.
That's what I'm looking for.
It'll
Yeah.
easily cover a few commercials right here. I can tell you that.
There you go. See? There you go. There you go. Yep. We need to work out a plan. We sure do. So I'm asking for that. My website is Sylvia Sharps.
I was about to ask you
.com.
where they're gonna send it
Yeah.
to.
Okay, SylviaSharps.com. They can go in there and get all the information. Or they can send it to Campaign Select Sylvia Sharps, P.O. Box 2184, West Palm Beach, Florida 33401-2184. And of course, you make the check out or the money order out to Campaign Select Sylvia Sharps.
But all that information is on sylviasharps.com.
Yep. And it's on Facebook. Matter of fact, I posted it not too long before we went on the air. I posted in the morning, in the afternoon, and the evening.
Did you tag me in that?
I will tag you. Okay, watch me
For
write
shame.
myself a note.
For shame.
Tag.
For shame.
I'm sorry. Tag Kevin at one post. Will do.
Well, thank you to our guest in the chat room posting sylviasharps.com. And
you.
yes, the S at the end is not a Freudian slip of any. No, it's SHARPS.
Yes, Sharps.
Because she's not just sharp. She's sharps.
I'm Sharps. I was I used to work for a supervisor that would really get upset with me because 90% of the time when you see me, 90%, I'll have a smile on my face. I believe that the humor is just necessary even to get through a day. You know that. So
Oh boy.
I try to find something comical, in whatever I'm going through, just something to ease the tension or make you smile. So people used to get upset with me because they'd be like, "Why are you so happy?" Like, that is just so dumb. That don't make no sense. Of course I'm happy. The fact that I got air to breathe and that having two aunts that I took care of that had Alzheimer's, the fact that when I wake up in the morning and I know who I am, that in itself gives me just pure joy. Because, I took care of them until their demise. And it was just so heartbreaking to watch them, lose their memories. So since I still have mine, I'm trying to make some good memories. Yeah, you're right. I have fallen a few times off that
porch. There got to be something had to give jumping off of that roof.
That's what I was telling my doctor. I told him, I said, "Can you check me for, early onset dementia?" He's like, "Why?" So I told him what I used to do when I was a kid. He's like, "Oh my God." That's not good. I'm like, "Yeah, well, I didn't hit my head too much times. I mostly scratched up my arms and my legs." He's like, "Oh my God." But it was fine. Test came out fine. I'm good. Brain is still intact.
So, you see, now that answers the question or the concern. Is she gonna go off on some crazy tangent if she is elected to commissioner's office?
No.
If she does, she's well aware of it.
There you go. That's it.
That's a simple answer.
At least I know what I'm doing when I do it. And I'll give you a warning. I'm about to go off on tantrum. No, I will not be going off on these tantrums. And I won't be jumping off of any roofs either. I've had my share of Wonder Woman. I just
come into the chat room. She's not scary. She's been tested.
That's it. That's it. And I have. You know what? That speaks volume. Because I really have been tested. I've been tested by people and things and issues, and I made it through.
Yes.
And I still feel like there's good in most people. I really do. Sometimes you just have to really work to find it, and then other ones you just have to pray for from a distance and just let it go.
Right.
Yeah.
What about your family support? How has that been going for you?
Oh my God, that's my baby. You know Lynn.
Yeah. It's interesting that you at 5 feet is calling this.
Yes. It's my baby. He's 6'6".
Your baby.
He's funny. He's 6'6", 320, and he is he is my rock. I'm telling you, he's so calm. It doesn't matter what the house could blow up, and he would be like, we get another one. He's just so calm, and he
Right.
supports me wholeheartedly. When every now and then you get discouraged, because people say stuff, or people that you thought were going to back you or believe in you, or make a really nice comment about, or they'll say something like, I don't know why you waste your time, ain't nobody gonna appreciate it anyway. And enough people saying that'll make you even start to doubt yourself. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because
Right.
it'll that all that negativity, but he's there with the positive thought and the positive comments, and he won't let me give up. And I
Right.
really appreciate him for that. My other family, otherwise, my older sister says she gonna put me in her home if she thinks I lost my mind.
You
she,
think you've lost your
she,
mind to be running for for
yes,
county commissioner?
she said, you're running for office. You crazy. You crazy as a bed bug. She, she said she was gonna come down here and kidnap me and put me in a home. She said
Why?
because people that make up their mind to jump into the fray have got to be partially crazy. And she thinks that I may have, jumped off the roof one time too many.
Mm.
she
Okay.
she was trying to tell me that I'm at a point in my life where I need to start thinking about, slowing down and retiring, things of that nature. And I'm nowhere near that. I got like Energizer Bunny energy. I am nowhere near just throwing in the towel. I can't do that. I can't. Not when I see so much that needs to be done. Not when I see so many people suffering. I can't do it.
Do you think after uh, win, lose or draw,
hmm
this would be it for you?
No, and let me tell you, let me make this statement. And people don't understand. I'm a Democrat, but political affiliation has nothing to do with right or wrong. I know it seems like everybody's doing stupid stuff as Republican, but it's a bunch of it's actually some Democrat idiots in there too.
Right.
So it has nothing to do with right or wrong. It's the person. So I truly believe, as a person, if I lose, I will support whoever wins.
Mm.
We as a people need to learn how to do that. And definitely as a party, we need to learn how to do that.
Right.
We have so much division in our party, and we need to stop being like that. The Republicans, I don't care, it's very frustrating, but it doesn't matter how many times Trump lies per day or hour,
Mm.
his Republican people that he's put in
They're
place,
going to back him.
yes, and or ignore him. you know, they won't call him out
Yeah.
for what he did.
Either way, it's supporting it.
Yeah, it is. But we, as a Democratic Party, we don't want to support the people that win. I'm still irritated about Bernie, and I like Bernie, but I
Mm.
really believe that Bernie should have immediately started to support Hillary Clinton when he didn't win the nomination. There was that division there, and it fed into what the Republicans always claim, is that we're not a unified party and we don't have a message.
Right.
My message to the Republicans is this: if I was in charge of the Democratic Party, my message would be unity. We coming for your jobs. It's just that simple.
Mm.
We need to vote as one voice. We need to vote as a people that care about people. That's what being a Democrat is all about. It's not about being selfish. It's not about taking from the poor that are already trying to do the best that they can and give it to the rich. So we're coming for your jobs. Congressmen, Republicans, we're coming for your jobs. Senators, same thing. And if you're a Democrat and you're confused and doing dumb stuff, we're coming for your job too. And that's what needs to happen. We need to do it as a unified body.
Okay. I can work with that.
Yeah, and even on a local level. If you've been in office, see, that's another thing. I'll say this. If you've been in office for 20 years as a mayor, as a commissioner, and the only thing you got is a road or a library named after you, and the neighborhoods that you represent still look like crap, and those people still don't have good jobs, and there's still a lot of rental homes in that area, then you haven't done anything. And you need to go sit down somewhere and get out of somebody's way that can't make a difference.
That means that somebody was just sitting there looking pretty and collecting the perks.
That's it. That's it. And that needs to stop. It goes back to that thing. I got a title.
But
Yeah, I'll listen to you, but y'all be all right. No.
haven't your predecessors said similar things that yeah, that needs to stop and I am different and
But
so,
what have they done? So that's the thing. All of my life, well, since my son died, I tried to commit suicide twice. I got over that. Went to counseling for 2 years. I'm telling you, the prayers of my family and my friends is what brought me through. And then I started working and counseling domestic violence victims, senior citizens, helping them. If it wasn't anything any more than just going to their house and cleaning their bathrooms for them.
right.
Working with delinquent youth and having them go from being delinquent to actually finishing high school and going to trade school or going to college, at least as long as they did something positive with their lives. That's what I started dedicating my life to do. And that's what I do. I don't do it to get paid. I you know where I work. I work at Salvation Army.
Right.
But I volunteer and I do everything else. And through those volunteer hours, I've seen lives change. I've seen neighborhoods change because I care. So if I get in a position, if I'm elected and I'm in a position to really make a difference with resources and with access to resources and to people, then I could really do something, not just a little bit that I have done. You know what I'm saying? I really believe that the more good people see being done, the more they want to do well. They want to do well and do good for other people, more so than for themselves.
Hey, listen. I hear what you're saying, and as someone who I have had the pleasure over the last few years to interact with you closely on a number of occasions, and so I can say that when you say you're gonna do something, you're gonna do it. But for those who don't know you and are listening right now, it's just a matter of, hey, we're just gonna have to try and see.
Yeah, try me. Give me the opportunity. That's all I'm asking, is to give me the opportunity. And if I don't meet that threshold, if I don't meet the things that I say I'm going to do, pull me out the next time. Get rid of me. That's the thing. People, they become complacent and say, well, maybe they'll get better. No. If the people that you voted in are doing what they're supposed to do, you have the option to vote them out as soon as possible whenever that opportunity comes up again. But at least give me the opportunity to prove to you that I will do what I said I'm going to do. And a lot of, like what you asked me, trying to work with other people that don't have a like mind. If you get the people in the neighborhoods behind you, the other people that sit on that dais, they have to have a like mind. There is power in the voices. There really is. And more people will go to commission meetings and city commission meetings and show up when they have these community meetings, which they don't have enough of those. I would love to have more. That's another thing I want to do, have more community meetings so that I can take the people's voice back to the commission meetings. If more people would show up for those, a lot of things wouldn't happen. Because I've seen people move in force.
Right.
Yes, I've seen it way too many times. So differences can be made when people stand up for their rights and they say enough is enough. We're tired of this.
Well, Sylvia Sharps, I wish you all the best in this race.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And again, this was really about reminding people that you're running, why you're running, and asking for monetary assistance in this race. And
yes,
monetary assistance, which is important to the race. But win, lose, or draw, you will support whomever it is.
That's right. If whoever wins, I'm praying it's me. But if it's not me, trust this. I will support whoever wins. Period. and I'm gonna be there like white on rice to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that the issues that need to be addressed for the people in the neighborhoods get addressed.
Right.
Because I'm gonna become a fixture in their office, so they might as well have voted for me.
There you go.
But again, thank you for this opportunity, and I want to ask people one more time. It's sylviasharps.com. That's my website.
Mm-hmm.
And then the mailing address is it's check goes to campaign to elect Sylvia Sharps, check or money order. P.O. Box 2184, West Palm Beach, Florida 334012184. And let me get my phone number, because I give my personal phone number out to people, which is going to stay that way if it's God's will and I'm elected. Even when I'm elected, I want people to be able to reach me.
Right.
This has been my number for a long time. It's 561-876-5553.
Just because common sense makes good government, right?
Yes, that's right. If you would use more of that and borrow some from somebody, they actually would make some solid decisions.
Yeah, that's not so common anymore, though. You know,
I noticed. I noticed. My great grandfather used to tell us. He would say, "I want you all, to be smart." Remember, I told you the story about Mama, but Papa said, "I want you to be smart, but I don't want you to be an educated fool." There are some people with titles and degrees that have no common sense, and that makes them foolish.
Right.
It's not good enough just to have book knowledge. You gotta have some common sense too. And unfortunately, a lot of the politicians, once they put their hand up, take that oath, the common sense just rolls right out the fingertips. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna close my fist when I take my oath, so that my common sense does not escape from my fingertips.
There it is. The evidence of one more bump to the head.
Yes. So don't be surprised when I'm like, you see me with my fists up. You'll be like, why is she doing that? Oh yeah, the common sense rule. That's right.
Yeah, it's not the pause of the people rule. It's the common sense
It's the
rule.
common sense rule.
Just to get it clear.
Yes.
I thank you very much, Sylvia Sharps, for taking the time out and coming on and being very candid and open.
Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to do this camp. I look forward to having some commercials with you, and if we get this money going, I'll be talking to you about that.
Yeah,
But
I'm
thank
looking
you, and
forward
thank
to
you to
it
the
too.
audience and the people in the chat room. Any questions that you have about my campaign or any other issues, please call me.
That's right. All right. Thank you very much. And thanks to catch you later.
Okay.
Do pass on the greetings to your baby.
Okay, we'll do. We'll do. My baby.
All right. Have a great night.
All right, you too, Kevin.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks to JTMC for sponsoring that segment of the show as we roll into the Wake Up and Live sponsored segment with Sir Rockwell and the Wake Up and Live show. Thanks to Joanna Marie and crew over there at JTMC. Condolences goes out to Joanna Marie on the passing of her cousin, to whom she was very close. But we're rolling into this quick little commercial break, and when we come back, we get into our musical therapy. We'll be right back. Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind, and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com. Your links to worship and praise.
It's time to get live, it's time to get lit. Spiritually powered inspirational thoughts, It's time to spit. Join Sharon Corinthian and St. Patrick every Tuesday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on 96.3 IMG Radio as they bring you poetry at its finest, featuring some of the hottest spoken word artists from around the world. It will leave you touched, moved, and inspired. Tell a friend to tell a friend and join us for the show.
JTMZ Music presents the highly anticipated, much talked about, The Juggling Rhythm Volume 1. This classic rhythm takes on a new life with tracks from both established artists and introduces some incredible new voices. Get your dancing shoes ready with The Juggling Rhythm, featuring international reggae dancehall artist Mr. Vegas, alongside Ian Sweetness, Ed Robinson, Jack Radix, Hezron, Dangling, Joanna Marie featuring Galaxy P, Denny Ranks featuring Jawiz, Ambalik, Christine Alicia, Yishka. Also the new sensations on the rhythm: Seal, Danger Lee, Marquis Skelenar, Zachary. Available on all digital media outlets. The Juggling Rhythm. Get it, get it, get it.
Yes. Akar Mantino, I'm making notes right now. You are locked in to DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift.
Check your heart and motive every day you walk this earth. Remember life is given, make a difference in this world. Awake from your slumber. Awake, Israelite, recall your maker. Who gives to every man his portion. The choice is yours to move on forward. Rise up and try your road. Rise up, don't make nobody stop you now.
As we enter into our musical therapy, this is the son of Christine Alicia.
Gets to reach his fullness. And if you go bet your neighbors, well, you'll grow a heart of bitterness. See beyond the naked eye, see what's really happening. Nothing new under the sun. Ecclesiastes said it. Awake from your slumber. Awake, Israelite, we call your maker. Who gives to every man his portion. The choice is yours to move on forward. Rise up and trod your own. Don't make nobody stop you now. Rise up, Zion's gate, Zion, Zion, destiny is ours. So rise up and trod your own. Don't make nobody stop you now. Rise up, Zion's gate, Zion, Zion, destiny is ours. Every man will have a lesson. Every man will have a turn to make his own decision and to practice what him learn. Check your heart and motives every day you walk this earth. Remember life is given, make a difference in this world. Awake from your slumber, yeah. Awake, Israelite, recall your maker. Who gives to every man his portion. The choice is yours to move on forward. Rise up and join your own. Rise up, Zion.
This is the sound of Kev.
Seems like no one cares.
A track called Better Days.
You give until you give yourself away now.
The rhythm is called a juicy rhythm.
Principalities to try to keep us down. Now, boy, I'm a rebel to the cause of freedom. I'm on my way now. Better days soon come. Though the scribes and the Pharisees are trying. Just know, Judge, I love we have supply of our way now. Better days soon come from hypocrites and parasites. Them hard to recognize. So what am I going to? No, said them I pretend. Them flexing like your family, posing like your friends. So what am I moves up? Vibes up, setting up traps. Before the deal is done, them pulling a knife out of your back. Yeah, my heart is crying now for the poor in spirit. Just know that you're not alone. Just feel your pain. I'm on my way now. Better days soon come. For the scribes and the Pharisees are trying. Just know, Judge, I love you. Every day I hear them say, oh, our children have lost their way. But is it them? Or is it really you?
This is the sound of Pluto Shervington.
Maybe we should listen more.
Yeah, you heard me right.
Talk less and we would be sure what
Pluto Shervington. Track is called Teach Them.
you better love them, teach them, show them off the rock. Grow them, know them, don't stay aback. Be there, see there, need to be a part of life. Love them, teach them, show them how to rock. Grow them, know them, don't stay aback. Don't just talk, but listen to the words they say. Today, today. Oh yeah.
18 minutes to the top of the hour.
Sure you teach them, yeah. Love, love. More and more it seems to me, Generation X is a lot more free. But do they know just what they need to know? They might be more techno smart, but do they really know the art of what it is just to really live? Love them, teach them, show them off the rock. Grow them, know them, don't stay aback. Be there, see there, need to be a part of life.
So Jesse Royal and Charlie Blacks had the Herbalist party. This is Ja Israel. It's called Banana Farmer.
Is he our favorite planter? So she not link no other farmer. Cause she just love my banana. Hey, she just love my banana. And she know I'm if you bring no yamania. She not share not even with her mother. Hey, she just love my banana. Hey, she just love my banana. Say she like you with the ripe or green. And at the Israel alone can make the ital steam. She hook on the banana like she a feel. And she even a fit in her dream. She said me are the only eye in her team. And she love it when me push the ganja in her tea. Hey, she happy when me walking. She want me plant the banana in her scheme. Is he her favorite planter? So she said she not link no other farmer.
What a tune.
My banana, hey, she just love my banana. And she know I'm if you bring the cassava. She not share nothing with her mother. Hey, she just love my banana.
Watch, you know. 7 minutes to the top of the hour. 7 minutes before I bounce on out of here for the remainder of this show this evening on this side of the coast. Tomorrow it's Healthy Love. Sean Garrity will be in here with me. But remember, Sir Rockwell kicks off the morning with the Wake Up and Live show from 7 till 11. 4 minutes to go.
Darling,
Watch me get in trouble for this one.
it hurts to cry, hush, darling, hush, 'cause I'm not gonna tell you why, hush, darling,
Unsanctioned, uncommissioned. You ready for this? This is how I get in trouble.
keep you warm.
Let's get it on.
Hey, babe. I really want you close to me.
Let's get it on.
I like the way you feel.
Let's love, baby.
We're gonna lay it on bright and early 'cause the heat is on.
Uncommissioned, unsanctioned.
I know that you're ready. Let us lay it on now.
I'm definitely getting in trouble for this one.
We're all sensitive people with so much to give. Understand me, sugar. Since we got to be here,
3 minutes to go.
let's live. I love you. There's nothing wrong with me loving you, baby. No, no. And giving yourself to me can never be wrong if the love is true. Oh, baby. Don't you know how sweet and wonderful life can be? I'm asking you, baby, to get it on with me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I ain't gonna worry, I ain't gonna push. I won't push you, baby. So come on, come on, come on,
Don't go looking for it.
baby.
This is the only place you'll hear it.
Push. Hey, let's get it on.
Darling, hush, even if it hurts to cry, hush, darling,
You know what I'm talking
'cause I'm gonna tell you,
Come on, baby.
darling,
This is bouncing out tonight.
'cause after the storm,
Let your love
there'll be a calm.
Oh, if you believe in love, let's get it on.
Darling,
Oh, let's get it on, baby. This minute, oh, let's get it on.
I want to thank you one and all
Get it on.
for hanging out. Catch you tomorrow.
we're gonna lay it on
You know,
bright and early 'cause the heat is on.
don't you, baby?
And I know that you're ready. Let us lay it
My
on
whole body
now that we are
feeling of love.
Thank you very much.
even if
No,
it
I
hurts
ain't
to
gonna push.
cry,
I won't push you, baby.
'cause I'm not gonna tell you why.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, darling.
'Cause I'm
Stop being around. Push. Wanna get it on. Threatening you,
When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulsemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.